Hey yo, what's going on guys? It is Chill here, back for a first video in a while actually. It's been a minute since I posted, but I am making a video because I'm addressing the DLSRP situation, what's been going on with that. Is it coming back? What's going on with the server? Why is it literally just a dead zone that like no one wants to touch anymore? In this video, we're going to be getting into all of that, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. All right, so first off, we're going to get into the whole life situation. First of all of us on the DLSRP team have gotten really busy. We haven't had a lot of time to even really work on the server, and there's been so many issues that have happened that it took too much time out of our days to fix it that we ultimately had to put a stop to it until we get everything back on track. Alrighty, so now we're going to get into the explanation on why DLSRP just went completely dark without an update, without anything. And here's your update, here's the explanation, and here's what's going to be happening in the future. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so we're going to go all the way back before the 5M server was even a thought. We were all sitting in a VC one day and talking, just joking around about creating a 5M server and just screwing around on it. Well, after a little bit of research, I figured out that it wasn't that hard to actually get into making a 5M server. So I created my own test server, was throwing scripts in, and then figured out that it was actually something that would be really fun. And we thought that a lot of the community would love to, just screw around and hang out, and eventually came up with DLSRP. And so we put some work into it, and we ended up partnering with Zap Hosting. So we started looking around for different scripts, and we ended up going with the whole RP style. We thought a lot of the players would like RP style. There's like crime, drag racing, street racing, and then there's a bunch of police officers as well. So we went with the whole RP scene. We started throwing scripts in. Everything was going perfectly fine. We finally found something that we liked, so we launched it. And here's when problems started to happen. About 2 weeks in, we started running into a lot of issues. People were having a hard time connecting. People couldn't even find the server at some point, and people were constantly crashing, like from our server. It was just our server. They were just constantly like leaving, crashing, having so many errors, and we didn't know why. And we looked through all our scripts. We looked through all our, coding. Everything was fine, and it was nothing on our end. And one day we booted up the server and literally everything was gone. There was like a big bomb planted on our data, and it just exploded and it was gone. Literally everything that we worked on for the past 2 months just disappeared. So for the next 2 days, I fought really hard to get my money back because I felt like I just got scammed entirely when the server just kind of went kaboom and we had nothing to do with the whole situation of it just kind of disappearing on us. So the next 2 days we had no server, there was not a trace of DLSRP, and I just kind of fought to get the money back so we could get a new server in place. So after 2 days of fighting, I never got my money back. They still to this day say it was not their fault that our server just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. So after that, I was kind of, upset. I was a little angry. So I took a break. We didn't do anything for, about those 5 days. And then I just said, let's get a different server. Why not? Screw it. So we found a new server, but instead of through some, like Zap Hosting or some server provider like that, we went with just a virtual private server. And I had the second owner, Zook, get the server all up and started because at the time it looked like I was like dealing with coding and I didn't know how to deal with that stuff. So I just let him deal with it, got everything up and running. Everything was working fine. So we started adding new scripts. We added new maps, new cars. We even added like some canine stuff. We bought a EUP stuff. So, just a whole bunch of more stuff. We were taking this route a little bit more seriously. We had more players on it. Everything was going fine until I started wanting to add more scripts. So I created my own, dummy server. Let's just call it the freeze. I was throwing all the scripts in from DLSRP and I was adding more. Well, I never noticed that all the menus in the actual DLSRP server just would not work. They were getting blocked every single time you try to use them. The GC phone, the K9 scripts, the changing the weather. The only script that would work was vMenu. And I didn't think about it at the time until I booted all of them up on my test server and saw everything was working fine. And what really hit me is that the actual DLSRP server would not update for any reason. My test server updated just fine. It had the same exact scripts. It literally had, it was like basically a copy of DLSRP with added scripts. And so the reason why DLSRP is no longer a thing as of now is because the whole entire build that was created was broken. And none of us knew it until we looked through, error codes, the console. We literally looked through everything that we could to make sure that we didn't do something wrong. And when I made the test server, I really realized that something went wrong within creating the main build. And now the whole server has to be recreated in order to fix this whole mess that happened. So here's the part you're probably all waiting for. Is DLSRP coming back? Is it not coming back? What's the deal with it? Well, as of now, I finally have time to officially say that I'm going to be spending a lot of time recreating DLSRP. We're going to be redesigning it. It's going to be a whole new feel of the server. Now, we're still going to go for the whole RP aspect, but we are going to be adding something called 5PD. Now, 5PD is something that even if there's nobody online, you can still RP as a police officer with the NPCs and ultimately still have a fun time if you're a criminal or a police officer on DLSRP. We'll still be doing true RP sessions on the streams, and then technical RP sessions every single time it's off. We'll be upgrading our rules. We'll make everything a little bit more simple. We'll be, kind of making DLSRP better in every way, shape, and form. So that's basically the gist of everything that's been happening over the past couple months. It's just been a lot of hard work and a lot of time, and with school, a lot of school ending for most of us, it just didn't work out in our favor to keep DLSRP running and active. And now that it's summertime, everyone's kind of more, free. We're going to be working on it as much as we can, and we would like to get the server up hopefully by mid-July. And hopefully everything will be good to go. I'll be making updates as we go. We'll be doing live streams of creating the server so you guys can see what we're doing firsthand. And that's about it. I'll be making a video soon about how the update's going. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I know it's really short, simple. Maybe it wasn't that short. It's like 10 minutes, but I just kind of wanted to explain to you guys. It's just more than like we got really, I'm too busy for this type thing. It was a lot of stuff that went into it, and then ultimately had to make the decision to kind of put a pause to it until we all got free. And hopefully that's going to change soon. But yeah, that's about it. Hope to see you guys soon. And make sure to join our Discord for weekly updates. It'll be in the description below. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!